The year 1910 through 1919. I'm curious. Which baseball players in history made the top five in slugging percentage for those years? In a book I wrote, Yearly Leaders of Every Batting Category, I found out the answers in Chapter 9. Again, ours on here, Talking Baseball, Saturday, May 30th, 2026. 1910. Ty Cobb, 549 slugging percentage. Made the top five. Nap Lajoie, 513. Sherry McGee, 507. Tris Speaker, 468. Sally Hoffman, 461. 1911 season. Ty Cobb again, 620 slugging. Joe Jackson, 590. Frank Schultz, 534. Larry Doyle, 527. Sam Crawford, 452. 1912 season. Guess who? Ty Cobb, 584 slugging. Now, I looked it up. Ty Cobb made the top five in slugging percentage 15 seasons out of 24 he played. So 1912, Ty Cobb, 584. Joe Jackson, 579. Henny Zimmerman, 571. Tris Speaker, 567. Frank Baker, 541. So Tris Speaker's had a couple here. I looked it up. He made the top five 9 times. 1913 season, Gabby Kravis, 568. Joe Jackson, 551. Joe Jackson has about top five finishes. Ty Cobb, 534. Tris Speaker, 533. Beals Becker, 502. 1914 season. Steve Evans, 556. Benny Koff, 534. Duke Kenworthy, 525. Ty Cobb, 513. Sherry McGee, 509. 1915 season. Top five slugging. Gabby Kravis, 510. Benny Koff, 509. Jack Forner, 490. Ty Cobb, 487. Ed Kenoshi, 483. 1916 season. Tris Speaker, 502. Joe Jackson, 495. Ty Cobb, 492. Zach Wheat, 461. Hal Chase, 459. 1917 season. Ty Cobb again. I told you he made the top five 15 times in his career. .570 Ty Cobb. Tris Speaker, 486. Rogers Hornsby, first time for him, 484. Gabby Kravis, 473. Bobby Beach, 457. 1918 season, guess who? Babe Ruth, 555 slugging. Ty Cobb, 515. George Burns, 469. Ed Roche, 455. George Sisler, 440. Wrap up the decade, 1919. Babe Ruth goes for 657 slugging. That's the highest for the decade, 657. George Sisler, 530. Bobby Beach, 519. Ty Cobb, 514. Joe Jackson, 506. You want to hear something? I think this is the first time someone has gone 10 for 10 in a decade making the top five, and it's Ty Cobb in slugging. He made it 19, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Every year in that decade, Ty Cobb made the top five in slugging. And that's the first time in all my top fives. I've covered 8 chapters on top fives. in offensive categories. It's the first time someone has gone 10 for 10 in a decade, and it's Ty Cobb slugging percentage. The decade of 1910 through 1919. How about that? Tris Speaker had a good decade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times top 5. So did Joe Jackson. He had 5 top 5s in the decade. Babe Ruth, though, 1918 and 1919. He's got a couple. It's interesting to study baseball history, and you find out what baseball players have done in certain offensive categories. If you can make the top 5 in a certain category, offensive, you've accomplished at least something in your baseball career. All right, my next video, the 1920s, get ready. Because so far from 1871 up to 1919, the highest slugging percentage for a season belongs to Levi Merrill. He had a 700. That's the highest so far. But get ready for the 1920s. Some players will break that 700 slugging percentage for a season. And I'll talk about it next. I'm out.